Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of F122 here on the ChesnoidPlays channel. Thank you again for your continued incredible support on this save. Every video that comes out seems to get more and more of a reaction than the one before, which is superb. Please do keep up dropping the videos, likes, and leaving your feedback in the comment section because it's genuinely helping the channel reach a fresher and newer audience. Really appreciate it. I love that you guys love these videos, and I love making them too. And today, we're making one at the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve in Canada. Unfortunately, straight line heavy, which the AI are strong at this year. Also one of my weaker circuits, but hoping to still have a decent weekend. We'll try our damnedest. The field, as you can see, is closing up. Ferrari are kind of on their own. Red Bull haven't really progressed at the rate that Ferrari have. Mercedes have closed the gap to Red Bull, but Ferrari just off on their own. And actually, look at Alfa Romeo jumping up to be the fourth best team. But the spread of the field is narrower. It's basically back where it was at the beginning of the season. It was quite narrow at the beginning of the season. Then you can see it fanned out in the middle, and it's narrowing up again. We've just taken an incline up ourselves, as have Williams, frustratingly. We've loads in development at the minute as well. But we still need to keep the ball rolling. So, time to go to the race weekend and keep that ball rolling. No rain, 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 no rain. Load already. No rain, no rain, no rain. Some rain. Some rain. Wet to dry race. Wet to dry race. Our first wet to dry race. We've not done anything in the wet other than a 100% race fully in the wet in Spain. Full wets the entire time. This is going to be full wets to inters to dries. Another new experience for us here in the My Team. We've got some rain in P1, some rain in P2. Sorry, some rain in P1 and some rain in P3, but P2 is clear. Well, I mean, there's no point hanging about. Let's just go and get wet, shall we? Car feels more stable. I don't know whether I'd rather be more stable, but to be fair, that is on a worn set as well, so I think I'll go with that one. A couple of tenths slower than the default setup, but on a set of tyres that have already done one run because we tried 2 custom setups. Whilst it's not great in a straight line, we can offset that with some battery and DRS, hopefully. Hopefully, because we're better around the rest of the track, we can open up enough of a gap or stick with cars in front of us so much so that we're able to offset the lack of straight line speed. We'll wait and see. I'm going to jump into qualifying, but I have changed my practice parts already, so chat doesn't need to scream at me. We have already done the parts change that I was planning on. We'll see what we get resource point-wise. Not much, I don't think, because we weren't able to do the quali pace one, which is frustrating, but we're never really able to do the quali pace one. The race strategy we did and the track acclimatization we did, we're going to get about 645 resource points, which will take us to just over 1,200. It's not bad. Qualifying is dry. Of course, the race is wet to begin with, then will dry up later. Although we do have our weather forecast set to approximate, not perfect. So whatever it says the weather will be, it isn't going to be exact. It might rain a little longer, it might rain a little less. We don't know. We'll find out in due course. First, though, we've got to qualify. Balls. Definitely going to be slower on lap 2. The Ball of Champions got me as well. I don't know if I'm going to make it through. I don't know if I'm going to make it through. Damage, but obviously it only took 20 seconds to replace the front wing, but that's probably the end of the session, isn't it? Indeed it is. Have we come close to making it through? We have made it through. In fact, we make it through in P11. So there's definitely some pace in the car today. At least in quali anyway. Any surprise exits? Not really. Maybe the Alpha? The Alpha was a long way off. Shogun, you must have only done one run or got held up on his second run because we saw how fast the AlphaTauri was on paper. It's the 4th fastest team now. So Zhou Guanyu's definitely made some errors there. But outside of that, no real surprises. The Hasses maybe should be a little bit higher. But Alexander Albon's done a wonderful job to get up into P14. And we're, at least in Q1, ahead of Daniel Ricciardo. If I can qualify ahead of Daniel Ricciardo all told, then that will help with our rivalry to Q2. Getting the run to the line, and we do a 1:11.7 again. 1:11.794 is good enough for P11. Oh, painful. No Q3. But as best as we possibly could be without getting through to Q3. A P11 time. That means Teo is through with a 1:11.670. Congratulations. Mercedes 1 and 2. Where? The 2 Ferraris, Carlos Sainz out. Leclerc didn't set a time. Ferrari with issues in qualifying. We have out-qualified Daniel Ricciardo, which is great for our rivalry. And we'll start P11. Again, a reminder, fully wet start to the race. Fully wet start to the race that will dry throughout. And we have, on paper, the 10th slowest car. But my teammate is putting it P10 and I'm putting it P11. We are a strong partnership right now, myself and Teo. We'll see what strategy recommends, but we should be able to underfuel a little bit because of the rain. Although Canada is traditionally a high fuel consumption circuit, so I don't want to underfuel too much and then end up having to fuel save later. Reckons it should dry up pretty quickly, judging by that forecast. But as we say, the forecasts aren't perfect. Forecasts aren't perfect because we have them set as such, so it might be not quite so cut and thrust. It might rain a bit longer. We might go about half race distance before being able to switch from wets to inters, or we might start on the wets and be on dry tyres by lap 10. Might even be an inter start, though it does look like it's raining quite heavily. In Q3, has Teo been able to finish any further up? Or have there been any penalties that move us even further up? The Mercedes are faster than the 2 Red Bulls, aren't they? Hamilton on pole. He does love it around Canada, though, doesn't he? And Russell P2. Then Perez and Bottas P4. Oh, Verstappen surely then taking a penalty if he's not top 6. Norris and Vettel. Porsche and myself, 9 and 10. Then Verstappen in 12th with a penalty. Ricciardo in 13th. Sainz 14th. Leclerc 15th. Someone else has taken a penalty as well then. Who is that? Tsunoda and Zhou. Someone's right at the back then. Albon and Latifi both taking penalties. Albon and Latifi both taking penalties. Okay. So the 2 Williams at the back anyway. No, it looks like it's probably... Looks like it's probably going to be an inter-start. It looks... Yep, an inter-start. I presume everyone else is also starting on inters. We have done... For what it's worth, we have done no inter-running in this My Team whatsoever. The only wet running we've done has been full wets for the whole race in Spain. Underfueled by a lap. It's probably dangerous, but I'll do it. And then, I mean, there's not really much to discuss strategy-wise. It's going to be probably inters, mediums, then hards to the end. Or inters, mediums, softs. Race strategy decided. Kinda. There's not really much strategy to decide. I think it's inters, mediums, and then see how far through we can get once we're on those dry tyres. See if we need another set of mediums. We might even have a set of mediums available to us. Or hards or softs, basically. For now, though, we're underfueling by just 1 lap because we believe that more than that is probably too much of a risk. But we should be able to save a lap's worth of fuel whilst under the wet running. It does look like it's perhaps going to brighten up relatively soon. The sky is certainly lighter than it could be, isn't it? So we shall wait and see. The 2 Williams at the back, the 2 Ferrari in the middle of the field. Verstappen's starting literally right behind me, so he's probably going to be past me before turn 1, to be honest, isn't he? It's really difficult to get good starts this year. Hopefully, Fingers crossed we can have a good race. I don't mind if I don't score points at all. I would like to maybe try and finish higher than 14th or 15th, though, if we can. Mainly because we only really seem to finish 14th or 15th in races that... well, the majority of races, anyway. I'm starting right next to my teammate, though. I'll try not to hit him into turn 1, and we'll give it our best shot, as I say thank you to Nat for the follow. We've scored 2 points, Pindog, with a P9 finish in Australia, personally. Teo hasn't finished at all, or hasn't finished in the points at all. Oh, a quick light sequence. Really caught me napping. I'm getting swallowed. Try and hang it around the outside because I will have the inside line for this next turn. And then the inside line for the turn after that as well. They're 3 abreast in front. Stroll getting all out of shape. I've got someone alongside me. That's Charles Leclerc in his Ferrari. Going to try and go around the outside of me. Is he still there? I've got the red arrow. It was Mick Schumacher, in fact. I thought it was Charles Leclerc. Okay. Back end stepped, but allowed me the momentary lapse in concentration to go and get Lance Stroll. Oh, the rear oversteers like mad. Charles Leclerc and Lance Stroll are having a bit of a battle, but Charles Leclerc has now passed him. Teo Pourchaire just took Max Verstappen, I think. Either that or Max and Teo are just having a bit of a humdinger of a battle, but Max is already well up into the points after starting P12. I think they're just having a bit of a battle. And, well, quite frankly, lads, I am not saving any fuel. I'm not saving any fuel whatsoever. If anything, I'm still burning it, even into running. They're 3 or 4 abreast in front. Fuel is going to be a real issue for us in this Grand Prix now. I fully expected to be able to save fuel throughout the course of the wet weather running, but we're actually using it, so I'm going to now have to pray to get lapped. Ricciardo's gone on there, got himself well out of shape, and we'll try and get him yellow flags because he was off track. Now look at Charles Leclerc. Yeah, that Ferrari's fast, isn't it? We're 3 abreast into turn 1. Are we DRS enabled? DRS enabled already. Even though we're on inters, DRS has been enabled. Ricciardo's going to have the inside line for this. I'll try and brake late, but probably just going to have to let him go. No, he got caught in the apex, and we have made it through. So we stay P12 after losing the place to Leclerc, but gaining it again on Ricciardo. Fuel is going to be a real issue. I don't think it's time to box. Just because the DRS is enabled doesn't mean it's dry tyre time. We can kind of delay on what and wait and see what happens with regards to the... well, it's still really wet through here. Wait and see what the front runners do. But I've got no pace on these inters, none whatsoever.
There's a new strategy available on the MFD.
What is probably going to want us to switch to dries already? Surely not. It's still raining, for crying out loud. Soft, 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 medium from lap 4. Wants me to go soft, 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 medium from now. The Mercedes are in. They are double stacking. No, they're not. One of them's going round again. I don't want to go soft, 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 medium. It seems like a terrible strategy.
Confirmed.
I'm going to go to mediums next. And then we'll take it from there.
Stop now.
Do one more lap then on these inters, because there's no point double stacking because we'll just lose time. And we are screwed now for fuel. Really, genuinely in a lot of trouble for fuel. Russell now in the pits. So I've asked to go to mediums next. I've asked to go to mediums. Pretty sure we're going to get lapped at some point in this Grand Prix. Well, I'm actually now hoping, praying we do get lapped at some point in this Grand Prix.
Okay, so the car behind's just come in.
Because fuel is now a real issue. We said it was only approximate forecast. It rained for 3 laps. .3 second stop is great. Everyone else has gone on to softs though.
Right, we have 2 stops left in this.
Everyone else is on softs. Oh my god, cold tyres and nearly did a Yuki Tsunoda. We've come out in front of Carlos Sainz and in front of Daniel Ricciardo as well, actually, and behind Teo. P12, which is where we were before everyone stopped. So we've not lost anything, actually. We are just now on cold mediums whilst everyone else is on warmer softs. Carlos is going for it again. This time he's going to get it done. Is he, though? I kept the position off the track, so I'll yield and let him have it. I held the position by running wide and going off track, so it's only fair that Carlos has that position back. I will now get DRS, though, off the back of Carlos Sainz, which will help me save fuel and coast at the end of the straight. Just a little bit. Not masses, but a little bit. It's going to make me vulnerable, though. Here comes Daniel.
Okay, focus. We need to stay on form.
And whilst we're slower on these mediums at the minute, hopefully that means that the race will come to us later with softs. But the DRS detection point is before the hairpin. Well before the hairpin. You can see from that little green logo. Gasly thought about it, but didn't make it stick. Might do here, though. It's gone deep. Pierre's through. But we are on medium tyres. We have to bear that in mind. I'm curious to know when it wants me to stop off these mediums, and that will probably help dictate what we go to next. Lap 46. Wants me to go to lap 46. Wants me to do basically 40 laps on these mediums. Which is absolutely doable. Here comes Yuki and the other AlphaTauri. Try a switch back on him maybe. Oh, couldn't get on the throttle because he's just parked it on the apex. So we currently are on a different strategy to everybody else. We thought we might as well take a risk. Nicholas Latifi had a collision with Zhou Guanyu on the first lap and is the only person to have stopped for a new front wing. Fortunately for him, 3 laps later he had to stop again for dry tyres. The softs that they're on will wear super fast, super quickly, really, really fast. If I can just hang on to them, this might be a strategy that works for us. It might. Surely we get lapped multiple times even, perhaps, in this Grand Prix. We're already lap 12 and the Mercedes are like half a lap ahead of everyone. Some have pit for a second time. Let's have a look at the race director. Some have pit for a second time, I'm sure. Yeah, Alonso's pit for another set of softs. So they've not lasted that long at all. When did Alonso stop? Everybody stopped on lap 4. So those softs have lasted 9 laps. 9. So if we have 2 sets of new softs left, that's 18 laps. I don't know. We might. It depends how long these mediums take us, but I've genuinely no idea what's going to happen strategy-wise. If I can, I'm sticking with these guys on their softs that are just wearing so fast. So I don't know whether it'll work for me or against me come the end of the Grand Prix. Yeah, there's loads in the pits now, loads. Including my teammate. So the 2 AlphaTauris, both AlphaTauris are staying out. It's a short pit stop here though. We're up to no, we're still P12. We didn't actually gain any time from those in front pitting. No, we were P15, weren't we? We were P15 because we lost a couple of places, so we have gained a couple. One of them will go in this lap, surely. No, still the AlphaTauri stay out. They're extending their soft tyre stint. That is a lunge on Yuki. Will it work? Yes, it will. We're up a place.
Good job. Nice overtake.
That's P11. Although he's going to come back for me. I'm not going to have DRS down the straight next, so they will get me back. So on raw pace on the mediums, we are a lot slower because we're able to cling onto someone's DRS. It's just helping us gain more time on our medium set. And we'll be on our soft tyres later in the race on less fuel, which will mean we'll have less wear and we'll be faster. Although what's faster, soft fuel on loads of softs or them having soft fuel on their medium run? I don't know. Hopefully Zhou Guanyu can get involved with the Yuki though, and it'll save us some time. We're up to P8 currently. Verstappen in front has pit for a second time already. I don't know about Ocon. I doubt it. Let's have a look. Yeah, Ocon has pit for a second time as well. So Carlos Sainz is still out on that first set of softs, as is Yuki, Zhou Guanyu, K-Mag, and Mick Schumacher. Everyone else has pit for a second time. Latifi has only pit once for softs, so he has to pit for a third time. Stroll and Albon currently in the pits as we speak. The Inters didn't save much at all, and now, I mean, the Inters didn't save anything basically. In wet, damp weather running, I wasn't saving any fuel. So now it's dry weather running. I'm losing loads of fuel. I'm going to end up having to have needed to overfuel the car by like 2 laps, not underfuel. Zhou Guanyu in the pits again. Thank you for the follow, Ash. Welcome to the channel, mate. So we're either praying for a safety car or to get lapped. The safety car would be better. I'd love a safety car. Safety car late, like from lap 40 odd onwards, would be buzzing. I'm actually going to let him go so that over the detection point I now get DRS.
Try to stay with them. They might make a mistake and we could still regain the position.
A little bit of cat and mouse there. I think I timed it right. We'll find out. I did. I'm going to get DRS. I don't want it to try and overtake Valtteri. I want it just to be able to go a bit quicker so I can then fuel save at the end of the lap. Like this. You get DRS again here. Leclerc is now pitting to mediums. So the other drivers are going to their mediums. They're going to try and do 42 laps on their mediums. They've run their 3 sets of softs already. Not really in a battle with anyone in a car at the minute. I'm in a battle with my own fuel tank. Yeah, true. That is most of us. So with today's fuel prices, we're all in a battle with our own fuel tanks, aren't we? Carlos Sainz in the pits. You guys need to start doing safety car dances very soon. Bottas in the pits. Verstappen's in the pits as well. Now, why is Max in the pits? Because he's already run his mediums, hasn't he? Max is in the pits again. I'm sure Max went to mediums already, didn't he? No, he hasn't. Fair enough. I thought Max had run his mediums yet. He hasn't. He's going to them now. Up to P5 for the time being, albeit momentarily, because Esteban Ocon is about to go around the outside of me somewhere. We'll do the same with Ocon as we did with Bottas and get DRS here. We're not fighting him.
That was far too aggressive, mate.
Oh,
Clean passes only. We don't want a penalty.
I only just clipped him, and if anything, he came across into me. I just want the DRS so I can save some fuel at the end of the bloody straights.
There's a new strategy.
Safety car, safety car, safety car. The dream has come true. The dream has come true. Safety car, Alex Albon out of the session. Let's go. Alex, what's happened to you, pal? Where is he? Williams. That's Latifi. Oh, he's battling here with Seb. Seb's locked up. He's going to come across the thing and bump straight into him. Are they both out? He's lost both wheels. Oh, my God. That's actually quite a nasty one for Alex Albon, that. Your car's not supposed to look like that, though, pal. The safety car dance worked, lads. The safety car dance worked a treat. You can't park there, sir. Yeah. And then let me fuel, lean. Pits for a set of softs. Schumacher and Guan Yu Zhou are pitting behind me for mediums, presumably. A good turn in. A very good 2.3 second stop.
Faster than we were expecting. All right, we'll be doing one more stop today. One stop left in this strategy.
One stop? No, we're still 3 stopping, guys. We can't 1 stop. Right, now I'm going to crawl round and try and save tyre life and fuel. Let the fuel fall. Ah, vamos! I just need these soft tyres to last, though, as well. Where is the safety car? Safety car's going around turn 3, coming up to turn 4 now. But the thing is, with the safety car now, I'm probably not going to get lapped. So I need to save even more fuel. We were desperate for a safety car. Our prayers were answered. The safety car dance worked. So we're trying to, now we're, rather than going all out and just pitting 3 times, now we're trying to save tyres. Now we're trying to save tyres by doing an extra doing 1 less pit stop. Here we go, back of the safety car queue. Now's when the fuel really will drop. Yuki's still on softs in front as well. Yuki hasn't pit again yet. Yuki's still soft. He needs to pit again for mediums. Oh man, that Alex Albon safety car might have just made our season, let alone our race. It's fine. We can manage the fuel from here. We're going to softs again. Right, we're off. We're off. We're still going to have to manage fuel a little bit, but we are off. Yuki's on worn softs. No DRS for 2 laps, of course. Yuki's already going defensive. Need to get past this AlphaTauri, really. Right, let's try and get Yuki into the hairpin. Oh, it's a bit rude. I've just kind of parked it there, but he left me space. Arguably more space than he needed to.
But officials aren't looking to push for a safety car right now. Just be careful.
Oh. Yuki? He's going defensive. Bloody hell. Yuki, you're costing us time, mate. Managed to squeeze past again. Now I need to get after those in front. Yuki and Mick having a bit of a battle, which is good. If I can just catch up to these in front before the DRS is enabled, then
Gap to the car in front is
we should be great. I've just set a purple sector 1, so yes, we should catch up to everybody. Now it wants me to take these tyres to that 53, which is going to be tough. Really, really tough. But I will try. Come on. Under a second. No, I'm going to not get... Oh, I might get DRS. Had to use all my battery to do it, though. We are going to get DRS. Thank the Lord for that. That'll extend gaps behind. Lance Stroll's out the race. Lance Stroll's retired. That's down the back straight. Down the last straight. Why is Lance retired? Probably just an engine failure, right? Yeah, just an engine failure. That won't be a safety car at all. I wouldn't mind a cheeky VSC, but I don't think that'll be a safety car at all. In real life, it would. But on the game, it will just ghost and then disappear and it'll be fine. Yeah, you're right. Norris is the cork in the bottle behind. If you look at the mini-map on the left-hand side, just coming around that chicane we just went through, Lando Norris is holding up a number of other cars. If I pit, I'll come out 17th, which actually isn't that far behind that lot. The minute I've not saved enough fuel to be able to go flat out at the end of the Grand Prix. Thanks, Ali, for the 14th month, mate. Appreciate it, my man. 6 months in a row. Mama. Thanks for the follow, True Ash, as well. Welcome to the channel. Or True Sash, sorry. Schumacher's pit now. Mick Schumacher's pit from P10 behind us. And a number of others have pit as well. If you look behind Lando now, a number of others have also pit for their final stop. So we are planning on only pitting once more. So at the minute we look half decent for maybe a top 12 finish. I think at the minute, the longer we can stay with Ocon and Bottas, the longer I stay out. Because when I pit, I'm not going to be able to save fuel anymore. So I'm not going to be in anyone's DRS. And at the minute, the gaps behind are still growing. So I'm going to stay on this set of tyres until I lose DRS on those in front, because there is literally no point. There's no point pitting at the minute. I'm not losing any time to anyone. I'm not gaining any time on anyone else. I'm literally just holding station for a solid P9 finish. They are 38% on the rear left.
Okay, the pit window's open, so let's box this lap. Box this lap.
36% on the rear right. Oh, I'm too busy trying to look at that and talk to you guys. Let me wait till I get to a proper straight. You can see it for yourselves. You can see it for yourselves. Rather than looking what I was doing driving-wise, I was looking at the bloody thing. We're catching someone. We're catching Zhou Guanyu. Zhou Guanyu has just died? Like, what's happened to his pace? This is going to be the first time. The first time that we lap someone. I'm going to get DRS because I was behind Zhou. Charles Leclerc out of the session. Charles Leclerc has retired right in front of us, just down the road here, and that's going to gain us another place. Charles is there on the right, pulled over same place that Lance Stroll did. That's another place gained. We're up to P8. And a safety car now would be a dream. More of a dream than the first one. But the gaps behind are starting to drop. Look, I'm going to have to pit this lap, I think. Because I'm out of DRS range of those in front now. Pitting now brings me out 12th. Pitting now brings me out between the back of that McLaren and Alpine double and someone else. No, it doesn't. Brings me out between the Haas and my teammate. Brings me out between the Haas and my teammate. So we're going to come out 12th between the Haas and our teammate. And hopefully, still be able to do something. The McLarens are going to get held. The McLarens are going to get held up by Zhou. It's a good stop. 2.4 seconds.
Looks like a nice stop time. We're happy with that one. Okay.
Now it's flat out chasing that gaggle in front.
Penalty for dangerous driving if you cross onto the track.
Don't do a Yuki. Right, points are 4.2 seconds away. Yellow flag in front. It's because Zhou's moving slowly. Might even get DRS now. Move, Zhou. Safety car. Safety car deployed.
Been informed of an incident which has resulted in lots of loose debris on the track. A safety car is being deployed.
Oh my god, we've just put fresh softs on, a safety car's out. Why is there a safety car? No, the safety car must already be out by now. I've no idea why there's a safety car. I couldn't tell you. Unless it's Zhou that has damage. Does Zhou have damage? Let's have a look. Zhou Guanyu might have picked up damage, letting everyone else through. I can't see any on his car, though. We've put it into lean. We're going to save fuel, and I have literally just put my soft tyres on. Fuel isn't a problem anymore. Tyres aren't going to be a problem anymore. We are going to have a sprint to the finish. If we don't score points now, it's criminal. Unless everyone in front of us pits. Unless anyone in front of us pits. But it doesn't look like anyone is going to make that decision. They're all just going to keep circulating on the tyres that they're on. The safety car dance, lads. The safety car. I don't even know why the safety car came out. Oh, fuel is sorted, lads. We're absolutely fine for fuel. Oh, yeah, look. K-Mag had damage. There's a Haas in the pits. So Kevin Magnussen is without a front wing. So that's what caused the safety car. Kevin Magnussen in the Haas no longer has a front wing. I've no idea where he was on track at the time. K-Mag's lost his front wing somewhere, and we've got a safety car because of it. Safety car. Hello. Right, now the safety car can come in whenever it likes. We've got an extra lap's worth of fuel. It is all hands on deck. Pedal to the metal. From lap 63 onwards, we will be gunning for it. We'll do lap 62 behind the safety car. And from lap 63 onwards, provided we don't have to wait for Kevin Magnussen to get all the way around the bloody track, it will be full send to the end. Come on, safety car in this lap, please. Don't wait for K-Mag, for Christ's sake. Safety car in this lap. Vamos, here we go. From lap 63 to lap 70 is an 8-lap sprint to the finish. We are fine on fuel now, a lap and a half extra. Literally, I just come out the pits on these brand new fresh softs and the safety car came out. The timing could not have been more perfect. Here we go. Game on. P12. Oh, here comes the chaos. Here comes the chaos. This is because it's practically impossible to code the safety car lets through lapped drivers rule. It's practically impossible to code it. So the only way to do it is to do it as it does, where they just line up in the safety car and then just let everyone through as soon as the safety car has gone. There's literally no other way to do it, unfortunately. No DRS for 2 laps, of course. No DRS till lap 65. That's a Aston Martin in front, letting people through. Mick's just taken Fernando. It's Seb. Seb's in the way. I'm trying to get past Fernando here. Seb's going to let everyone through now. And he's held Fernando up. Thank you, Sebastian Vettel. A 4-time world champion holds up a 2-time world champion. And we get past P11. DRS next lap. But it's going to be a DRS train, of course. So it's not going to be that easy to overtake. Right, I'm going to try and get Mick now. It's P10. That's a point. 1 point. Next up, 2 McLarens. Lando doesn't have DRS, I don't think. Lando is vulnerable. Around the outside of Daniel Ricciardo into the chicane. Get out of my way. P9. What a move. Defensive into T1.
Well done, but be aware these tyres need to get us to the end of this race.
That's the best overtaking maneuver we've put in all season. Round the outside into the final chicane in Canada. Wow. Do it on one McLaren, I'll do it on another. Round the outside into the chicane. We've got it done before the chicane. Come here, Esteban Ocon. I've never gotten luckier with a safety car ever in my life. Done it to 2 McLarens. I'll do it to an Alpine. Around the outside at the chicane. That one was more difficult, but we got it done. P7. 2 laps. Can I catch Valtteri Bottas in 2 laps? Battery and DRS are going to have to do me wonders here. It might only be a P7. Valtteri's got some pace in that Alfa Romeo. Lewis Hamilton wins the Grand Prix. I think it's going to be P7 only. Yeah, P7 only. I thought I'd just try something. Evidently it didn't work. If I just lunge it over the barrier, over the curb, can I make it work? A P7. Best race of the season by a country mile. Thank you for the 50 bits, Amandas. Oh, Amadons, I'm sorry. Oh my god, I need a stretch after that. Yuki gets driver of the day. Because we qualified so well, we don't get driver of the day. But I think I deserve it after that last stint. It's raining again. So, obviously counting the weather from lap 1, not from the end of the Grand Prix. Lewis Hamilton gets the victory. A race winner once again in Formula 1. Thank you for the 24 bits, Matt. That was probably the most entertaining race of the Grand Prix most entertaining Grand Prix of the season so far. And the safety car dance that you guys did in chat really, really, really worked. Lewis from George from Checo. Helps that Leclerc retired. Helps that Albon caused the first safety car. Thank you, K-Mag. Checks in the post for getting the second safety car out, which made our race. The second safety car was the most perfectly timed safety car I have ever had in the history of my Formula 1 career. Max from 14th to 5th. Sorry, Max from 12th to 5th. Carlos from 14th to 4th. Yuki got driver of the day. Yuki went 19th to 18th, and Yuki gets driver of the day. What? 19th to 18th, whereas Carlos Sainz goes 14th to 4th and doesn't get driver of the day. Oh, points, boys. Points, 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 points. We're going to win the rivalry with that, are we? I'm not sure, actually. We'll have to wait and see. We are ahead on the rivalry with 1 race to go. Thank you, Zin, for the follow. Oh, massive, massive acclaim for everyone. The team gets loads of it. The team gets loads of it. We're very nearly high enough for our second sponsor now. And again, we get the Distort one for doing all the practice sessions. Oh, man. That's another 4 points? Is it 4 for P7? 6! We were on 2. We get 6 points for P7. Up the Chesnoid Racing. That moves us into 8th in the constructors and back up to 13th in the drivers. Woohoo! Yeah! P7. Out of nowhere. Silverstone next. Can't fucking wait for that. Right. Customization presumably is just something from the thingy, yeah. Something from the podium pass. Something that we're not going to utilise at the moment. Right, let's do our activities, shall we? Development department. I don't want to affect the department for anyone. What can we get? Unless I can do it positively like that. And then the sponsor event or durability. No, that takes something off everyone else. Let's do that as well. Right. Can I spend some resource points too? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think we're at department capacity for everything. That's department capacity. That's department capacity. Oh, what was that? I didn't actually read it. Fuel efficiency, I think reshaped combustion chamber. Let's do fuel efficiency. Oh, that's 1200 resource points though. I think I might do engine power instead. Fuel we can manage. Engine power I can't really do much about, can I? And internal combustion engine wear. I think we're at capacity on that department anyway, aren't we? So I could spend some money. Oh no, I'm probably going to need 2 point something, aren't I? 5.5 there. That's already at spec 1. Yeah, 2.2 and I don't have it. So could I put some into this? 2 million. Wow, 2 million. I'm not going to put anything into anything else in a minute. Let's just advance. Let's try and get these things passed. If anything fails, we'll redo it. They all passed! Oh, what a day. What a day. Please front nose and roll dampers. Yes! They passed as well. Let's go. As we head to Silverstone, we are now above AlphaTauri in the performance index. Insert your Jose Mourinho gif. And I can now spend some more resource points elsewhere. Let's do Hero. Or do I do chassis? I think weight is going to help with... Weight will help with fuel, won't it? So let's do the weight reduction of the monocoque structure. 40% chance of failure, don't care. That's all of my resource points gone. Done and dusted. Right, that will bring to a close this YouTube video. Perfection. P7 perfection. Thank you very much for watching. I'm pretty sure you've dropped the video a like by now. If you haven't, I think you should. Subscribe to the channel too if you haven't. I think you should. And come and follow me on Twitch, link in the description down below, where you can watch these live and experience it all with the full adrenaline rush in real time. That's all for this one though. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.